still waiting for the call that whisper my name. This feels like my second one-sided love story. The first one, in hindsight, was probably just attraction. This one feels different, deeper, quieter, and harder to forget. I'm a very shy, soft-spoken person. I don't talk much, especially with new people. But once I'm comfortable, I open up and joke around, sometimes too much, mostly because I'm afraid of boring people or being forgotten. I also have this habit of waiting for others to initiate. If someone doesn't talk to me, I usually assume they don't want to, and I step back. She was someone I met at work. Not directly, not immediately. Just someone who slowly became familiar. She had a calm presence, kind, friendly, the kind of person you feel comfortable around even if you're not saying much. She listened. She noticed people. Those small things mattered to me more than they probably should have. At first, our interactions were minimal. Casual greetings. Nothing special. Over time, due to circumstances, we ended up interacting more, mostly in a group setting. Never really one-on-one, but enough to feel included. Eventually, we started having lunch together sometimes, talking about life, work, plans. I was surprised by how natural it felt. I never imagined I'd be part of her circle. I got attached quietly. I started overthinking everything, planning conversations in my head, worrying about silence, replaying moments afterward. When she noticed I was quiet and asked about it, it made my entire day. Sometimes I regret how much meaning I gave to such small moments. Outside of work, there was light interaction too, nothing deep. Mostly shared content, occasional reactions. No real conversations. I kept telling myself it meant something, while also being afraid to test that assumption. Then someone new joined our workplace. Very outgoing. Friendly with everyone instantly. The kind of person who doesn't need effort to connect. Within days, he became close to the same group it took me months to feel comfortable with. I won't lie, I felt jealous. Not because he did anything wrong, but because I saw how easily he fit where I struggled. Around that time, I started pulling away. I convinced myself I needed distance, that maybe what I felt wasn't real, just attachment. I stopped initiating. Stopped showing up. When invited, I made excuses. I told myself I was detaching, but from the outside, it probably just looked like disinterest. Eventually, the invitation stopped. I noticed. It hurt. But I also understood why. There were moments when I hoped someone would call for me specifically. Ask for me. Invite me. Most of the time, that didn't happen. Once, after a long gap, it did, and even then, I almost said no because I was carrying too much unspoken hurt. I went anyway. It was brief. It was nice. And then things went back to silence. From my own perspective, I realize now that I barely made any real effort. Most of what I felt stayed inside me. Unspoken. Invisible. The only actual effort I made was a small, quiet one. Weeks after we last met properly, we crossed paths at work and she mentioned, very casually, that she had thought of reaching out to me for something simple, something related to comfort at work, but didn't because someone else she usually asked wasn't around and I had already arrived. After that, for a few days, I carried that item with me. Just in case. I never mentioned it. Never offered it. Never made it known. It was quiet, almost symbolic. That was it. That was the extent of my effort. Looking back now, I don't think I was unwanted. I think I was just invisible. Because I chose silence over courage. I waited for calls instead of making them. For invitations instead of extending them. For clarity instead of risking awkwardness. I don't blame anyone else for how things turned out. If anything, this taught me something important: feelings don't matter if they stay hidden. People can't respond to what they don't see. So this is me letting it go, not with bitterness, but with understanding. I forgive myself for not knowing better then. And I hope next time I won't wait quietly for my name to be called. I'll speak up.